Hi there, so this is my reflection on my self-selected virtual library. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the poetry. For the books I read for poetry, I actually read four because I didn't like any of the first three I picked. So the first three I originally picked were Pizza the Size of the Sun, Falling Up, and Alligator Pie. And I read all of them and I didn't really like them. I'm not a fan of poetry books that's just like a bunch of random poems thrown into a book. So then I found Did You Hear What I Heard? And I actually really liked it because it's a series of poems. It's like about a school year and it's like I said, it's not just a bunch of random poems thrown into a book. They're all based on the around this idea of school, and it has a logical sequence. So it starts with like the bus stop, so like the first morning or the morning of the first day of school, and then in between it has like making friends, learning new things, activities at school such as like recess or like art class, and then it ends with a poem about summer. So it's like a logical sequence. Um, from the beginning of the school year to the end of the school year. So that was my favorite poetry book that I read. I'm going to move on to literature representing diverse populations right over here. So, my favorite book that I read was The Name Jar, and it's about a little girl who moves to America from Korea. And so she fears it if she tells them her Korean name that all her classmates are going to laugh at her. So, when she, instead of introducing herself like by name, she says, "Hi, I'm gonna pick an American name by next week." And so all the kids in her class decide to have a name jar. So they put a jar on her desk and they each drop in different name suggestions. So when it comes time to, announce what name she's picked, she actually decides she's going to keep her original name because she loves how unique it is. And then she, finally introduces herself to the class by her name, which is Yoonhae. So I really thought that book was really cute. These other two were pretty good, but this one was my favorite of the three. Now I'm going to move on to contemporary realistic fiction, which is right here. So the three books I read were Clara Lee and the Apple Pie Dream, Moses Sees a Play, and then Velma Gretch and the Butterfly. Um, I liked all three of them, but the one that really stood out to me was this one right here, Moses Sees a Play. It's about like a little so Moses, he's deaf and he's like in this theater club and like they're going to perform at another school. And Moses meets this little boy named Manuel that the teacher introduces him to. And Manuel just moved to the United States, so Manuel doesn't speak English and he also doesn't know sign language like Moses does. So Moses decides he wants to be his friend because he knows what it's like, since he's deaf, he knows what it's like to struggle to communicate with others. So he decides he's going to be friends with him, and they start by just communicating with just like gestures, like body gestures and hand gestures, and then eventually Moses starts teaching him some actual signs and sign language. So I just thought it was really cute that they were making friends, and Moses knows what Manuel's going through by not being able to communicate. So I really liked that book. The next genre I'm moving on to is fantasy, which is right here. The Lorax is a classic. I feel like everyone has read it, but it definitely was not my favorite. Well, and so was Little Red Riding Hood. My favorite in this case had to be The Paper Bag Princess, and I'm really glad I read this book because it's definitely unusual for like the fantasy genre. Like it's not your typical ending. So it's like about this princess who's engaged to a prince, and like the prince gets like taken away by a dragon. And then the princess needs to go save him, but the dragon has like burned all her stuff. So the only thing she can find to wear is a paper bag. So she goes and like saves the prince wearing this paper bag. And when she saves him, he tells her like, "Ew, you look like a mess and you smell like ashes. Like come back when you look like a real princess." And she's like, "Oh well, you're a bum and I'm not marrying you." That's exactly what she says. Calls him a bum and she tells him I'm not marrying him. So I thought it was a really hilarious ending and like not your typical ending. So I really enjoyed this book right here. My next genre is traditional literature and folk tales. So the three books I read were Cindy Allen, A Wild Western Cinderella, Mariana and the Merchild, and then Why Mosquitoes Buzz in People's Ears. This one was literally Cinderella, just with like a Western twist. It's kind of weird. I don't know how I felt about it. Mariana Marchal was okay, and then my favorite one was Why Mosquitoes Buzz in People's Ears. After like a long chain of events, like a little owlet dies, and so like the king of the jungle, the lion, calls a meeting with everyone, and then like after a bunch of like deliberating, they come to the conclusion that it's the mosquito's fault that it died. So the story at the end describes that mosquitoes go around buzzing in people's ears because he's whining that nobody likes him because he killed the owlet. So I don't know, I just thought it was a cool story. Nothing like I've ever read. My next genre is science fiction, which is right here. These two were kind of cute, but they were kind of just there. The Doug Unplugged was definitely my favorite of the three science fiction books I read. It's about like this little robot boy and his parents want him to be really smart. So every morning they start like the information, they plug him in and they start information download. And so after a day of learning about like learning of facts about like the city he lives in, he is like really wants to go out and explore the world, but his parents don't want him to because he needs to be smart and be plugged in. So without like them knowing, he decides he's gonna unplug and go explore the city. And then when he gets home after a day of exploring, he's like learned a bunch of new things and he tells his parents about it. And then they realize that it's not such a bad thing for him to unplug, every once in a while and be able to go out and explore, the world around him. So I thought that was a really cute story. The next genre is bibliography, which is right. Where are my bibliographies? Nope, found them right here. So the three I read were Frida, I Dissent, Ruth Bader Ginsburg Makes Her Mark, and I Am Rosa Parks. They were all really good books, really good bibliographies. They were very informational. But my absolute favorite was right here, I Dissent, Ruth Bader Ginsburg Makes Her Mark, because I like to believe, I'm a feminist, and this book is a lot about like her overcoming being a female in such a male-dominated line of work. It talks about all the things she's been through with her family, with school, with work. It's a lot, and it's amazing to me that out of all of this, she's done so amazing. So that was my favorite bibliography, and then lastly, historical fiction. So these are the three books I read. My favorite was The Butterfly. It was super emotional and super touching, and I loved it. It's about this little girl and her mom who live in France, and like the little girl doesn't know it, but the mom's helping Jewish. So it's set in like when Nazi Germany was like taking over, and the little girl doesn't know it, but the mom is helping a Jewish family. They live in their basement, and so the little girl just goes about her day. And one night she wakes up and she sees a little girl sitting at the foot of her bed. And when the little girl that's sitting there sees that, she woke up, she like runs off. And so she goes back to sleep. And then the next day she tells her mom, I saw a little girl sitting at the foot of my bed. And mom's like, oh no, you're crazy. Like you were just dreaming. Like forget about it. Then she sees her again, and then she like starts playing with her and they become friends. And one night there's she brings her butterfly to see, since she never gets to see butterflies because she's not allowed to go outside. She's always stuck in the basement. And so they let the butterfly go, and one of the neighbors sees. And obviously, you're not supposed to be helping the Jewish, so the mom decides, we need to take the Jewish family she's helping, we need to have them move on. And both of the little girls are really sad because, they've become really good friends. But anyway, so the Jewish family gets away and they're safe, and this little girl and her mom are working in the garden one day, and a swarm of butterflies comes, and there's just like tons of butterflies in her garden. And that's the little girl saying like, hey, I know that my friend and her family are safe. This is her way of telling me. So I just thought it was a really cute story. It was really touching. And it was like a serious subject, but it was really touching. So that's it for my self-selected virtual library discussion. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.